You know Hushpuppi and Mr. Woodberry. Do you know others? Here is how they scammed millions and got locked up. This is Obinwane Okeke, also known as Invictus Obi. Invictus, as he was commonly called, was a globally renowned businessman with investments in oil, gas, and real estate. His holdings were operated under the Invictus Group. In June 2016, Okeke was recognized by Forbes among the most promising entrepreneurs under 30. Okeke was 28 years old at the time. Okeke's leaked affidavit on the internet showed that after his arrest, he used phishing emails to gain unauthorized access to email accounts. He gained access to the email account of the CFO of Unitrack Holding Limited. Through the emails, he pretended to be the CFO of the company and fraudulently transferred up to $11 million. The investigation later uncovered that he accessed the emails more than 464 times. Between April 11th and 19th, 2018, he made more than 15 transfers from Unitrack Holding Limited accounts. The investigation revealed that he started email phishing in 2015. On August 6, 2019, the FBI agents arrested Okeke at the Dulles International Airport before booking his flight to Nigeria. The investigation for his arrest had been initiated more than a year before it was carried out. Okeke was charged with 2 counts of computer fraud and wire fraud. On February 16, 2021, Okeke was sentenced to 10 years in a federal prison. This is Babatunde Francis Ayeni, a Nigerian national who was sentenced to 10 years in prison for his role in a cyber fraud conspiracy. Ayeni and his cohorts victimized more than 400 people in the US, and they collectively lost $20 million. Ayeni used sophisticated business email compromise to target real estate transactions to commit fraud. He and his team would send phishing emails with attachments containing malicious code to real estate agents and attorneys. If they click on the link or attachment, Ayeni and his cohorts will get the individual's login information. Victims came forward and testified before former U.S. District Judge Terry Mora and expressed how they had lost money they saved for their homes. In April 2024, Babatunde Francis Ayeni was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years in prison. However, his co-conspirators, Feisayo Ogunsanwo and Yusuf Lasisi, are still at large. Ramon Abbas, popularly known as Hushpuppi, was a socialite and an internet sensation. He posted regularly online about his lifestyle and had a massive following on his handles. His social media posts showed him leaving an extravagant lifestyle. The Dubai-based Instagram influencer was a self-acclaimed real estate mogul before his eventual arrest. Abbas was born on the 11th of October, 1982. Abbas was involved in business email compromise fraud and other online scams. He illegally defrauded a U.S. law firm of about $40 million and transferred $14.7 million to a foreign account. In June 2020, Abbas was arrested in Dubai at his apartment at the Palazzo Versace Hotel. He was extradited to the US to face charges related to money laundering and cyber fraud. In April 2021, Hushpuppi pleaded guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to engage in money laundering. He was eventually sentenced to 10 years in prison. Before his sentence, he begged for leniency and even sent a handwritten letter to the judge in that regard. He is due to complete his sentence in 2033. Charles Uchenna Nwadavid was based in Abuja, Nigeria. He tricked a Massachusetts resident into sending $2.5 million to a crypto wallet that he controlled. Charles was involved in romance scams. He pretended to be interested in a relationship online, and victims who fell prey would be made to send money after he had gained their trust. Like most Nigerian Yahoo boys, Charles Uchenna Nwadavid was always online flaunting his wealth and lifestyle. On 7th April 2025, Charles Uchenna Nwadavid was arrested after arriving on a flight from the United Kingdom to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport. In January 2024, he was indicted by a federal grand jury in Boston on charges of mail fraud and money laundering. He pleaded guilty to the crime and may face up to 20 years in prison and receive a fine of up to $500,000. Charles will be subjected to deportation after serving his sentence. The Ogoshi brothers, who are known as Samuel Ogoshi and Samson Ogoshi, both of Lagos State, Nigeria, were involved in sextortion. Unlike Hushpuppi, they were not flamboyant or even popular until their arrest. both pretending to be girls, would request for their victims' nude photos. The brothers would blackmail their victims by asking for ransom, or they would release the victims' nude images. On March 25, 2022, Jordan DeMay, a high school student from Marquette, Michigan, fell prey to their schemes. They threatened to release the compromised images they had of him, and he ended his life. Samuel Ogoshi and Samson Ogoshi had blackmailed others too before they were arrested. The Ogoshi brothers were charged and sentenced to 17.5 years in prison. However, a third defendant, Ezekiel Robert, who is allegedly involved in the crime, is fighting his extradition to the US.